moderation helps everyone feel safe. I don't believe that. Hello, everyone. This is your boy, Capital DC, Donald Capers. I'm here today going live on YouTube. Um, so basically, every Wednesday we get together and, me, get together and try to do a presentation. I know the belly came out, dad belly, you know what I mean? But praise God, I'm alive, you know? I'm in the studio like nah. But no, seriously, today I wanted to introduce you guys to my class, not my class, but the meeting that I started. It's been a long time where I wanted to have a place where people can come together and talk about their issues and stuff like that, and even add the art element onto it. But since it's just me this evening, a little tight up in this joint. It was cold outside today. Even though it's just me today, I wanted to bring some information to you to hopefully help you out and to spread this message to those who are, struggling and suffering through trauma and dysfunction from their past. You know what I'm saying? So if you grew up with a dysfunctional family, a family that, you know, dysfunctional can mean so many things, but if your family was functioning well or if they were not functioning well. You know, secrets is dysfunction. You know what I'm saying? Like certain secrets being exposed can cause a lot of dysfunction. But it's usually for people who don't want to address it, So basically, a little bit about me. I was, about 11 or 12 years old when I was like, yo, something got to change. Everybody's upset. Everybody's mad. Nobody's really doing what they want to be doing. Everybody's complaining and not making any changes. So I started going to church on my own, and I started reading the Bible on my own. I started to do so many different things that it really showed me that I can get away from pain, hurt, guilt, shame, lack of information, being in the hood, being impoverished, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was able to get away from a lot of problems through art. So I came up with music and songs and scripts and all these different things. I joined groups and all this type of stuff just so I can get away from the pain, So with this group, I wanted to hopefully offer people an opportunity to express themselves through art or express themselves through talking and get that stuff out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be offering some poetry, some hip hop. We have other people who come through, so they will be able to share some really helpful things with you. Like I said, this is my first live. I'm gonna keep going live. I appreciate you guys for checking me out, even for stepping in and stepping back out, for accidentally clicking on. I appreciate y'all because it's been a journey. You know what I'm saying? I've been married before. I'm fully divorced. I had children. I had twins. I had all types of wild, going on. I don't think a lot of people really know about me like that, where it's like, there's a lot of rumors, but I'll tell you the truth if you want to know. And that's what this is about. You know what I'm saying? It's about healing. So one of the things I did was I created a concept, right, called bars over everything. And because in hip hop, if you say something sweet or something that connect well, it's called a bar. So when I was working on my master's degree in higher education, hey, what's going on, Reaper? I'm chilling. My day was long. You know what I mean? I had second grade and I had kindergarten today. So I was like, let me make it up here so I can try to get some help. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. Yeah. But man, working with the kids reminds me of my upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Really seeing some kids who going through stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of students are not being taken well care of by their parents. I'm just saying like that. Their community is failing them. Their circle is a square. you know, I have 7-year-olds with no autism or mental health issues that are still wearing diapers in school. And I'm a teacher. I'm not a teacher's aide. So I'm not changing your kid diaper, you know what I'm saying? And just like finishing up the question of what was you doing today, it's like, yo, one kid, when an aide did come to the class to change him, she was like, yeah, I don't think they changed him from when he woke up this morning. And I was like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, I understand as a parent, I understand people got stuff to do. You get to rushing. Maybe the kids was acting up. Maybe woke up late. I'm not saying you are a bad person because your kid went to school with the same diaper they had on that they slept in. But your kid needs somebody to change that bad boy, and they've been in the same diaper that they slept in. So somewhere around 10:30, 11 o'clock, I was like, yeah, I ain't doing that. No, no, no. But I created this whole space and time and everything so that I could help and express to people what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Man, I mean, yes, I want to get to the poetry so bad because that's the part that people be wanting to see, man. Nobody want to hear all this stuff. I don't think people want to hear about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, who wants to hear about how I grew up and where I grew up and the stuff I was doing? But a lot of the stuff I was doing was dope as hell, y'all. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? I was able to go out of the country to 3 different countries when I was a teenager. You know what I'm saying? Singing in a choir when I'm like, I can't sing. I can. I always could, but I was like, man, I ain't doing that. That's not what the gangsters do, you know. But looking back over the years, as O Solo would sing. Um, um, no, but looking back, man, it's like, yo, I really remember going to church on my own, working for Planned Parenthood because I wanted to. I wanted to learn about sex. I wanted to learn about why people do what they do, how they get out of that stuff. Like, I just didn't know. Like, everybody be complaining, and then some people get abused. You know what I'm saying? They get forced into sexual situations. And it was a terrible thing when I was a kid. But as I get older, I'm like, yo, a lot of people be getting forced into situations. That's how they learn what it is. It's like, yo, if my person that I love forever learned how to start having sex with a family member, with an uncle, with an old person, there's no way that I'm gonna be able to reach this person to be able to trust me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of stuff that I learned from just going to places and being outside, y'all. My dad, he was heavy into drug using when I was young. He stopped about 31 years ago now. So in 1996 or something like that, you know what I'm saying? I was like going to NA meetings with my dad, and I was about 13 or 14, and I'm sitting in there listening to adults talk that talk. And it wasn't like, crack, what a ribs taking crack that. It wasn't like that, y'all. That's the jokes and the memes. Like, it was really like, yo, one lady was like, I was out here in these streets, I was with men, I was with so many men that I slept with my dad and he didn't even know I was trying to get a hit. And I'm like, you did what? You know what I mean? But it's not about judgment, yo. It was a crazy experience for me because I ain't never did no crack or coke, meth, shot up, nothing. Like, I just never did that stuff personally. I started having some drinks when I was about 23. I started smoking weed a little bit when I was like 28. You know what I mean? So, like, I was like, yo, I want my brain to be fully developed. I want my waves to be dipping. I'm just messing with y'all. But like, yo, I just was like, yo, I just want something different, y'all. I want something different. So I'm going to these NA meetings. I'm hearing all these wild stories about people who started using drugs as a kid, who got played, who got tripped up, who did different things, how they got out of it. Yo, listen, my dad is a world traveler now. Over 30 years, this man done been in the countries himself. He got off drugs. He been helping people stay off drugs for years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I've seen that whole redemption story play out too. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, he was doing bad, but now he doing good. And I'm like, yo, how do we get around some of this stuff? Where are the people that really, not just church, but what about the people that's like, I want to see something different? You know what I'm saying? Definitely throw a thumb or a like or something like that if you just want to see something different sometimes. So I read a book called The Adult Children of Alcoholics, and there's actual meetings around in Buffalo where people go to these meetings and they sit and talk about the issues. But when I went, the people were not my age or from my neighborhood or area or nothing like that. So it was just like I'ma just go to an open mic. You know what I'm saying? But then at the open mic, people trying to get on, people trying to do drugs, people trying to, you know what I mean? Like people not trying to heal for real. Y'all, I've done poetry at churches. I've done poetry at churches. I've done poetries at birthday parties, summer camps, in front of children, in front of old people, jail, people in jail, kids in the detention center. Like I've done these jobs for real, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I've taught people how to use poetry to help themselves. And I still see people falling through the cracks, um, believing in what TV say or what is it? What the internet says is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I knew about Diddy before Diddy, y'all. I've been new and been telling people. So anyway, I started this Soul Symphony so that we could come together, and it's not necessarily church, but it's not necessarily like a recovery meeting where people need to feel like they need to be anonymous. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't necessarily need it to be anonymous. We just trying to be open as we want to be and do a little bit of poetry or art or rap or sing or whatever you do. So I'm seeing this about 12 minutes. I'm gonna say some poetry so I can at least get that part in here before I get up out of here. But usually on a regular night, I would share. I'm gonna do the whole thing. I'm gonna share it with you guys who's sticking around. Thank you so much for checking me out. But I do have a song, a poem that I wrote that I've turned into a song that I turned into a script. Bro, keep praying for your mom. And my dad has stopped crack, coke. I'm assuming if he did heroin and all, I don't know if he did all that, but I know that he stopped doing all of that. He stopped smoking cigarettes. He stopped drinking pop. Like recovery works for those who want to recover. Even for Gamblers Anonymous or Alcoholics Anonymous, stuff like that. Like people really can heal from this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And as a kid who went to these meetings and stuff, I was like, yo, how do I help my friends who parents also dealing with some stuff? Because we don't talk about this stuff for real. You know what I'm saying? So I came up with this joint and I was like, it's called Recovery. I'm trying to remember the words. This was a long time ago, y'all. Like I wrote these songs. I wrote most of the songs you would hear me say over 10 years ago. I just wrote a song this year about 2 weeks ago and made a song and everything. But it's really like, what was it in me that's bottled underneath the smiles and the laughs and the goals I achieved? The anger and grief was deep and it seeps out of my sleeves when I try to believe in the things that y'all told me was right. What's wrong with this life when wrong feels right, but then it's wrong to be right? And the life I was living was just an existence, survival of the fittest. My city is animalistic with no senses to aid in the jungle. The game was rigged against me and I don't matter anyway. They see my mistakes, but when I try, oh, wait, they ignore me. Okay, I'll do me all day. But it hurts at night though. I'm restless with my iPhone. I'm becoming an eyesore. I'm alone and I know it's not my fault this garden has garbage. This nonsense was left by a woman so heartless. How could she be so heartless? And Papa was a rolling stone. He rocked out with his pipe dream. I scream from the cold sting like brain freeze from ice cream in the Arctic mountains, isolated where nobody can change me. My heart needs to be cleaned. I will start composting. Yo, I appreciate y'all for listening to that. And also, I hope that Fortnite King, I hope that you could hear some of the stuff I was saying and find some hope in it too, because that drinking is bad, y'all. I'm sorry. I used to drink, then I stopped, and I went to rehab for drinking, even though I'm not even like a huge drinker like that. I just was like, I need to make a firm decision that I really don't want to drink alcohol and beer and stuff like that. Um, I still haven't made a lifelong commitment to not drink. I just don't want to drink because the ladies are drinking. Like that's my goal. Like I don't want to drink because ladies like liquor. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to perpetuate that. So that's why I'm trying to pass on that hope and that experience that, the drinking is a super heavy issue for Buffalo, especially because the sun is not out a lot. Um, the poverty imbalances and trauma and mental health issues, and then you practice how you play, how you practice. You feel me? Practice how you want to play. If you practice dealing with your issues with drinking and drugging and sexing and stuff like that, you will keep doing that. You won't just change one day. You know what I'm saying? It's a habit that you have to change. So yes, anything will make me, I'll say me instead of somebody else's parents or whatnot. But as a person who uses uh smoke weed every day. My bad, y'all. That's not funny, but still, it's like our culture makes these things so okay. Our culture made weed okay. Not for my age. I've just got into it late because it was not okay. It wasn't. It still wasn't legal when I started. I just was like, But as far as the alcohol, alcohol is everywhere, and any little thing can make a person be like, well, I need a drink. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, they need to be around people, places, and things that's not about drinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, not forever, not everybody either. I'm dead serious. I'm saying, like, yo, find parties where they like, ain't no alcohol. And when people be like, okay, well, have you a little something, something before you go. If you're not a little something, something person, then go without it. Go stay for a half hour. See how it feels just to be dancing and having a good time without it. Drink a pop, drink a water. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, y'all, that alcohol is crazy only because I've heard so many stories. I'm telling you, I know a person right now who drank so much that they developed an issue, a vaginal issue. I'm gonna say it like that, where they was wop 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 like Cardi B and them said, and now they not. You feel me? Like the whole system just dried out and clamped up and was like, you know what I mean? And that person was like, yo, I get to that and I like to get down. And it's like, nah, not no more, sis. You know what I mean? Because that drinking done got to you. I know some people that liver failed. People who had pieces of their body cut because they've been drinking too much, y'all. I know a beautiful woman right now who can't smile because the alcohol took her teeth. You feel me? And these are real things. I'm not trying to be judgy either. I love my people. I love my people. You know what I'm saying? If I was trying to pursue a woman who had an issue like that, I wouldn't not date her because she had an issue. The issue was the drinking because she was still drinking. And I was like, bro, you got to stop. You dying, you know what I'm saying? And it's not funny. It's just like the audacity of a human being, man. We strong, y'all. Humans are strong. We can make it through some stuff. I seen, yeah, you seen it too. People do drugs for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. And the person that work out have a heart attack in his car on his way to work. You see what I'm saying? So everybody's life is different. Everybody's process is different. My dad has 31 years clean, never relapsed, never went back out to the drugs. But if he did, it wouldn't be no return and all of that. He had a one shot for himself. He told me that. He had one shot. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to hear more about his story, um, oh wow. Yeah. 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 I be thinking I'm too ghetto or something for school, y'all. Like I really work with second graders for real. And some of my second graders, Nate, what's good? Yo, anyway, um, my dog, bro, sometimes dogs be wilding. We gotta care about them. But like yo, I be thinking I'm too rough. But these issues are going on. I do have students whose parents is deep in the game, and I'm looking at the kid like, when you get old enough, you're gonna be in the game, cuz like you're gonna be out here hustling, bro. That's what the family need. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be one of them teachers that's like, well, I give up on you. I don't give up on you. You got to be able to count, read, write, notice what's going on around you. Like it's so much, no matter what you're doing in life. What I don't want people to do is give up or hurt themselves because of these things that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, the best thing a person could do. Let's say your dog, took a shit in your grandma or your mother's ashes, bro. Like, yo, you gotta put the ashes in a better spot. Why they down on the floor with a dog and take a shit? Anyway, I don't know how serious that was because we're on the internet, but like hit me personally, and we can try to talk through it. I don't mind talking to people and stuff like that. I just can't sit around talking to people for free. Um, like I'm not a counselor, although I've been doing this for a long time. Like I said, I wrote the poetry. I have a whole new project now where I'm working on called Bars Over Everything, and the bars actually break down into an acronym: behaviorally anchored rating scale. You know what I mean? So in higher ed or in college, when I worked on my master's degree, we were learning about how to have employees, how to be a boss, how to, monitor people to keep people working there. I swear to God, I learned all the right things to do. The stuff you see is not the right thing to do. I learned the right thing to do. I knew the right things to do. I learned business. I learned so business ethics is crazy. That whole Adam Sandler joint in Happy Gilmore, or Billy Madison. That's a real situation, y'all. Some people don't have business ethics at all. They think they're supposed to snake you and skate out on you and do you dirty. They believe that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's business. That ain't got nothing to do with being on drugs or nothing. I know sober people who ain't shit. I can't even hold it back. I don't know where else to go with them words because it's like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, 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 yeah. I see Nate is in the joint, Reaper in the joint. I really appreciate y'all for commenting and letting me know to expand what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I talk to the students all the time. My biggest uh, presentation to them, though, it'd be like, yo, don't just come to school, like actually be here. Pay attention to what's going on around you. The paperwork and the ditto sheets and all of that, that's not I'm not fighting with you about that. I'm not gonna fight with you to do that work. I will fight with you to try to complete it if you can. Once again, in second grade, like complete it if you can. Try. If you suck at it, do better tomorrow. Like this ain't nobody getting beat up for this. You know what I'm saying? Like you not even being graded on the stuff I'm giving you. Hey, come on, get it in. When I was like full-fledged teaching, them kids was like, man, fuck you. I was like, I just said, do you want to be wealthy or broke? Because if you want to be broke, I could teach you how to be broke. If you want to be wealthy, I could teach you how to be wealthy. Yeah, I mean, like people be thinking I'm being a jerk, and I'm really just asking straightforward questions that they don't want to answer. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I be getting into the theater. I get into the poetry, the art. I did theater all through high school and college. I went to Buffalo State for my bachelor's degree in theater. I directed a show at Buff State. I did all types of shows all over Buffalo with teenagers. You know what I mean? Like just doing plays and scripts and skits and stuff, trying to help people. And I know the programs are still around. It's just times have changed. You know what I'm saying? And I got the juice. That's the problem. I got the juice, bro. People hate the fact that I got the juice. People don't want me to win. I'm like, yo, I've really heard my friends be like, man, I don't want you. You sound like you winning both ways. I'm like, I am. You gonna pay me. The kids gonna pay me. The building gonna pay me. Everybody gonna pay me because y'all don't have the juice. And I don't mean that to be arrogant. I'm like, yo, I really work to have the juice, bro. I got a juice bar in the back. I know how to press you some juice straight from the tree. You know what I'm saying? And it's like people want to stay. Some people present that either they don't know how to get out of their situation or that they don't want to get out of their situation because they use it for the excuse to not do things. And that's what we're not doing up in here. That's why I want to do Soul Symphony, because we're going to create some music and create some art where people can really come together and do something a little bit different. So as I get up out of here, because I've gone way past my little 10 minutes I was gonna do. We meet on Wednesdays at the Tri-Main building, from at room 345 from 6:30 to 8. Just the 90 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Come through, hear something dope, say something dope, and be out. We got coffee, you feel me? So, like I said, I'm working on this whole track, and I wanted to play something as we get up out of here. And matter of fact, I'll play my new joint I just made. I don't think anybody heard these bars yet, except for a couple people I sent the track to exclusively. And then I changed the track from there. I produce music. I don't say so much. Like I make beats, I produce music. I'm learning how to master now. I'm trying to get into video editing and putting together real movies and scripts like my bro Joe, like my bro Alan Maxwell, like my bro, you know what I mean? Like Ray, like mad people, my bro Curtis, like yo, bro, that's real life, bro. That's real life, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Breaking Bad was a TV show. Your life is real. You see what I'm saying? So that's why, like I said, I'm creating this art, bro, so that people can at least hear something different. A lot of people, a lot of people do things the way they want to. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm doing lives. It just came to me like, yo, go live when you do this, even when there's a bunch of people here, so that people who, not close by or not here or can't make it that night can still tap in. You know what I mean? Because telling you, the first joint we had, it was people was talking about dealing with their kids, dealing with their family. One person was really like touched my soul, y'all. They was like, yo, I grew up learning this religion, and that's the religion I've always had. I just want to see, who am I? Where am I at for real? I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but it's like, yo, really, that's for real. People really going through a lot of different stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, like, um, I'm gonna say it like this with some of the comments I'm seeing about family members using drugs. Drugs are getting worse. Not like, not even corny, y'all. Like, okay, like what is it? Fentanyl is crazy, right? Heroin and coke and all that crazy, right? But this stuff they got now, y'all, people really dying, like on the spot. People whole jawbone falling off. People scratching and pulling holes out of their body. Like, yo, it's getting worse, y'all. And even like when the super fentanyl scare was happening, everybody like, yo, my dad was like, yo, make sure you check your weeds. You better stop smoking, because that fentanyl gonna get you. They gonna kill my son. I was like, bruh, you was out there doing it, bruh. Sometimes people gotta chill, bro. Like, yo, sometimes people gotta chill and offer you they love without offering you they other stuff that come with it. But I understood what he was saying. I felt the love, and you know, he did his thing, man. I think he did a good job. It's him and my mom. My mom passed away. God rest her soul. She passed away years and years ago because she was heavily drinking. Her kidneys and liver and all that stuff was like, she was able to take it, but her body parts wasn't able to take it. So we are very strong, but that pancreas might not be as strong as you on the outside, or as strong-minded or strong-willed. So I just want to pass it on to everybody that I do pray. I don't pray on, I pray for, I pray with. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm praying, it's definitely like a inner spiritual reflection where I'm trying to agree with your goals, your attempts to make it and stuff like that. I'm not going to pray right now, but when I get my private time, I will pray for the people who mention real life stuff, because not only are we children of these dysfunctional situations, but we're also, some of us are parents, and we don't know why we do this and do that. And it's like, yo, we got that from our parents, yo. I remember yelling at my son the other day. I was yelling at my son the other day, and I was like, yo, I just sound like my dad. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I gotta change it. So instead of being like, I'm gonna get you a bike because I'm sad about it. No, I was just like, bro, you know what? I'm gonna stop yelling at you. My dad used to yell at me and I ain't like it. So this is what we gonna do now. You gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I don't yell so much. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm trying to bring that down for me. But also, I don't want my son to think that I don't like him, and I dealt with that a little bit when I was younger. And we're going to talk about more stuff, but this song is called Life in My Church. I am the church. If you get into the Bible and all of that, there are scriptures that talk about how, yes, the congregation is a fellowship of people, but you individually are the temple that God lives in. So I like to use the phrase God of your understanding, because I understand God a certain way. You may not understand God that way. You might believe in some other thing that I'm not attached to. So I'm not trying to I'm not trying to muddy the waters. You know what I'm saying? This song is called Life in My Church, because I am the church. So when I look at things, I approach it like this. Be well, 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 be well. Yeah, life. With that said, I am very blessed. I beat the whole game from the trenches and back, every side quest. I hope and pray the XP is worth it. I respond and sat in the gulag too long and lost my performance stripes. The message is to the king, the peace of my peace of mind, the spirit that brings me through the one way, apart, holy, recovery, relationships effortlessly, causing my sickness, ungrateful synthesis from a suite of situations. I exist with this gift. I'm always present. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I don't this. I connect with my audience spiritually. Who's not manipulating the public so they can get green? I'm not. Who don't want to be on a sheet in a PDF? I'm not. Who don't want to sell us big dreams? I'm not. This is just some bars over everything. Yeah, bars over everything. It's just bars over everything. Bars over everything. It's just bars over everything. The enemy, they don't have rhythm and they can't see. They are not handicapped, they are scared to believe. I'm not trying to know, but I see. What I've seen is unholy. These good liars and cheats, false idols, logics, and pull strings, pulling puppets from grief. Sinners living like sheep, cause mass destruction is weak in our mind. Trying to fix teens, y'all shine. What you need to be sexy for? It's obscene. These wolves are just goats, y'all. They're not real wolves. But I can't be the different one living off screen or unseen or unclean or unbleached or bleached or like me. So who's with me? Who's left for me to be? I heard I am, then I said, is it God or me? Who's not manipulating the public so they can get green? I'm not. Who don't want to be on a sheet in a PDF? I'm not. Who don't want to sell us big dreams? I'm not. This is just some bars over everything. Bars over everything. This is bars over everything. It's just bars over everything. Hey. I appreciate everybody for checking me out. For people who was live at the moment and for people who catch up with it later. I hope I was able to help and give some hope and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it won't be easy. Some crap probably gonna happen this evening. So meditate, if not pray. You know what I'm saying? Reflect with the spiritual side of you. If you don't believe you have a spirit, reflect with your goals and dreams and be like, yo, I'm gonna do this or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, make it small. Make it small. Do a piece of your big goal. This is just a piece of my big goal. I did not mean to be on for 40 minutes. I'm so proud of myself that I even kept going. You know what I'm saying? I'm so thankful for y'all who typed into the message so that I could be like, yo, people really watching. So, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, it's time for us to do something different. And like I said, I have plenty of music that's out. You can catch me on Google and all of that is capital DCP, CAPITALDCP. You know what I mean? Capital DC presents. And that song you just heard is, no one has heard that song like that yet, except for y'all. Like, I put that out here first. I hope it didn't sound bad. You know, I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying? So, good game, everybody. And, a fanatic once said, We hear a lot about what love is. We don't hear too much about what it does, though. Love gives and looks out for the next person. It gives out your best, even when they deserve your worst. And some have a little, some have a lot. It's not about how much you got. The point of the plot is if you have any love at all, you need to share that with the have-nots. Y'all have a good one, man. Be sweet to yourself, if not others. How do I cut this off? I can green screen it from right here? Huh. I ain't know that, y'all. Look at that. Oh, my bad. My camera's shaking. People gonna get sick. Bars over everything. Hey. Look at that. Huh. I could have been looking different this whole time without the white behind me. We winning now. All right, y'all. So I'll be back. Oh, yo, little Mike. I be spitting a little right, but a little wrong. Sometimes some hey, yo, because the mic is little, now I sound little. Anyway, I'm an actor for real, y'all. Like, I'm an actor for real. I teach people. I do it. I really do this, man. You know what I mean? And I'm single. Ladies, for the ladies that's out there looking, I might not be single by the time you see this video, but I'm definitely single right now. And you know what it feels like? It feels like freedom. But I want to be locked down again. That's all jokes, y'all. Nah, man, I just want to do something different. I want to be peaceful and positive for everybody. I want to be a safe man out here. I want to encourage other men to be safe for the ladies they are around. Please stop forcing children, men and women, to do things that they don't want to do. And I do mean forcing, because we don't beat the kids no more. Let's stop pretending like we gonna beat people. We don't beat people no more. And those who do get beat, it's gonna end at some point, okay? Because we stopped hitting people a long time ago, y'all. A lot of our youth straight shot people, so we gotta really make sure that we try, man. So I'm gonna go ahead. I don't know how to close it out. Wait, I do know how to close it out. It's been your boy, Capital DCP, aka Donald Capers. Live, be, see well. Peace, love, and soul.